Wow.
I'm sorry.
No, that's great. We almost never get to hear Una.
That's right.
Good evening.
And if you're listening to the
Yeah,
audio
well.
version, you will have heard Una. If you're just tuning into the video version, you just missed her. So, because I can't record on both at the same time.
I'm sure we'll hear her again.
Yeah.
She's been having a thing today.
They haven't been fed in minutes.
How's everybody?
Okay.
Alan has not frozen to death, so that's something.
I have not frozen to death. It was a near thing.
That is good.
Did you actually get snow, Alan?
Yes.
Did you go sledding?
Yeah, no. It's flat. There's no place to sled.
He didn't have that much snow. Oh my God.
There aren't any hills.
Oh God. Oh, don't even get me started, Rita. We have had the progression all freaking week. 5 to 8 inches, 3 to 6 inches, blah, 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 winter storm warning, blah, blah, blah. We got a half an inch. Half an inch. School's closed for 2 days. I swear to God, I'm not making this up.
That must be really embarrassing for you.
It's like, I'm like, you're joking, right?
Really?
I'm like,
this is what everybody's getting so excited about?
I'm like, 6 inches was like the threshold. When I was a kid, I'm gonna yell at you to get off my lawn. When I was a kid, 6 inches was the bare, and 6 inches was like, it depended on when it fell. Like if it stopped snowing at like 6 a.m., 6 inches might get school canceled. But
that's what she said.
Am I freezing? Is that the funny part?
Yeah. No. I just said that's what she said because you're talking about inches.
I think we're having a
Is there a delay?
I think there's a delay.
It's lagging really bad on this end. Yeah. But you had to get at least 6 inches of snow, more like 8 to 10 before you had a good chance of school being canceled. This, it's like, it's cold. And cold is like 15. I'm like, 15 is too cold to go to school. Are you kidding me? I'm like, I forget who it was, but I commented, I think, Alan, you were one of them, but I didn't comment that you saw the lowest temperature ever, 9 degrees, 10 degrees. I'm like, bitch, please. I've seen Celsius and Fahrenheit meet. Okay.
Yeah, but you hadn't seen it in Houston.
Right.
True. That is true.
Right. Okay.
But you're like the flip side.
But no, Alan, you said that was the lowest temperature you had seen in your life.
It is.
That's what you said to me. Lowest in your life.
It is the lowest in my life, but it was also in Houston.
That's crazy.
Not expected.
I've seen like minus 40. That one winter, it was like almost minus 40, and it was like 1994 or something. Yeah. It was nuts. And
it's scary down that cold. Like you don't have any exposed skin at all because you get frostbite almost instantly.
That's where you go to Antarctica to warm up.
The breath in your nose like freezes up.
Yeah, your nose will freeze solid.
Did you do that thing where you take the hot water pan and throw it up in the air?
I've never done that.
No, because that actually involves opening the damn door. And
you got to go outside and do it.
Yeah. See, I remember because we heated primarily with wood at the time, and we would still have to like go get the wood from the wood pile. Oh yeah, and
nice.
my folks had a.
Do you have to hand pump the water too?
Hand pump. I mean, we had an oil furnace, but we were also poor, so wood was free because we had like 10 acres of woods behind us. And there's always trees falling over. And, my grandfather had a tractor with a PTO and a saw. So we would, a big, like 4-foot blade saw. So we would, and split wood and have giant wood piles. And it would heat the house most of the winter. It was an open concept ranch where there's no walls between death. Oh, well, but on the flip side, it's a renewable resource. So, that's interesting because wood is renewable. So where does wood
Yeah.
heat fall on the scheme? You know, because coal is awful and natural gas is awful and oil is awful. And, you know, all of this stuff is terrible. And then the windmill, the
I
wind
always thought it was
turbines.
strange. Right. I always thought it was strange that, you know, the green crowd, the people who are most likely to be vegans, treat trees differently than any other plant. Because, you know, the trees that you get that they use for paper and for, you know, you go out and you buy firewood or
Right.
whatever for furniture, it's not like they're going out and cutting down like the old growth forests and the redwoods. They're like grown as a crop to use for whatever.
Yep.
You know, and Mike has always said like recycling paper to save trees is like recycling bread to save wheat. You know, it's a crop. They grow it. It's not any different than any other plant.
Yes. And it's managed and, you know,
yeah,
it's fine.
Yep.
Like you said, we're not making
get,
newspaper.
Like, nostalgic and sentimental about trees, but
I don't. Trees are awful.
They killed Sonny Bono.
That's right.
But they also go to the Kennedys, so it evens out. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's terrible. I'm going to hell. But you knew that. But yeah, so I'm like, I'm trying to figure this out. Because like all petroleum products are bad. Ooh, booga booga. And none of the renewables work worth a damn, right, Alan? As you guys are finding out. And I love the brazenness of certain people whose initials are AOC tweeting, this is why we need more wind power. Like, no, the whole point was rather than build more refineries or build more natural gas capacity, they've been putting money into the wind turbines that don't freaking work.
You know why?
They froze up and had to be de-iced by a diesel fucking helicopter. You
right.
know?
But that was. You know why they're building the wind power instead of regular power plants that actually work?
I'm guessing somebody's cousin owns a wind turbine making facility.
Close. Because the government subsidizes wind turbines so much that it is uneconomical to build a regular power plant. It can't compete. So when they go to build a new plant, Rita's frozen. There you are. You're frozen again. And you're back.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, when they go to build a regular plant,
I don't know what the problem is. I'm sorry.
Blame Texas, Brita. It's Texas.
Yeah. But
if only I had some sort of computer friend who knows how to work on computers to fix my Wi-Fi, so that I could do the show.
Be there next week.
I'm on my way.
So but they can't, when they go to build a new power plant, they look at a gas-fired plant. Can't build a coal plant anymore because you just can't. You could build a nuclear plant, except you can't. So they look at it's basically the option of a gas-fired plant or a windmill, and the gas-fired plants are compared to the windmill. The government subsidy makes a windmill cheaper.
Right.
The problem is the gas fire plant, if you build it right, works.
It works
when you turn it on. And the wind powered plant doesn't.
See, I still think they should build the wind turbines over the solar panels. That way, when the wind turbines chop birds up, you can fry them right up on the solar panels and then put a Chick-fil-A outside. Done. All right, we're efficient. There you go.
Oh, man. The big problem, though, with Texas losing power and all that is because everything is, it's like the just in time for the grocery store. I mean, if the grocery store doesn't get their daily delivery, they run out of food, right? And everybody freaks out. And the power's the same way. It's right on the edge. Right on the edge. And if there's the slightest hiccup or the slightest problem, suddenly there's not enough generation power to meet the demand,
Right.
and everything goes to hell. So, and nobody expected, sub-zero temperatures in Texas in what is almost spring here.
I don't want to disparage the South, and I understand the whole cost benefit, blah blah blah. I get it, but it gets a little tiresome. We hear the same excuse every year. Oh, we don't have the infrastructure. We don't have anything to deal with this sort of weather.
Right.
You get it every year. So
yeah, but we get it for
get
it for like one day every year. So,
yeah,
just
but people die, and
people.
maybe you should think of
nobody cares.
That's all I'm saying.
People.
Wow. No, that's not true, Alan. Beto cares.
No, he doesn't.
He's been checking on the seniors in Texas to show how much he cares. The ones without power and internet that he's sending pre-recorded Zoom calls to.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Bless his heart.
Stand by.
Oh.
Stand by.
Nope.
Are you receiving transmissions from the Mars rover, Alan?
Oh,
Percival,
you know what?
Persephone,
Let's talk about that, because that was super cool. I watched the landing.
That is
I didn't
cool.
watch it because I watched the, I watched JPL watch the landing. But
very disappointed.
It was neat though, because they landed the thing, and there's an 11-minute lag to Mars. So it landed, and they had no idea if it was successful or not until 11 minutes later. It could have been a smoking hole in the ground, and they wouldn't have had a clue until 11 minutes later.
I still think
that's how long it takes from Mars to us is 11 minutes.
Right now, because we're pretty close together, but it can get longer. But so they took this rover and piggybacked on the rover. They got a little helicopter they're going to fly. So they got it's a little 4-pound helicopter. It's like ultralight. It's like a little ultralight drone, and the blades have to spin like 4 times as fast as they do on Earth, and it's going to fly around on Mars. They're going to have
pictures, or
it's going to take pictures and look for signs of life and shit. Basically, its real purpose is to test flying on Mars, to test like the aerodynamics and shit, and will it even work? They're not even sure if it'll actually work. So that's pretty cool.
I remember my son had some of those when he was younger, and it's like if it flew more than like 20 feet away, the receiver didn't work. And here we are putting them on Mars.
Yeah. That's kind of how it is.
When did they launch this to go to Mars? Like how long ago?
Last summer, July 2020. That's a pretty quick trip for going to Mars.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You're saying had we left in the middle of the pandemic, we'd be on Mars by now.
Yep. Elon Musk better get his ass in gear.
You know who could afford to go? Bill Gates, and he can have all the friggin' artificial meat he wants on Mars.
There you go.
Go.
He'd be set up.
Get the fuck out.
We should send him to Mars. Take your artificial meat. Take your fake meat and go to Mars. Yeah.
Oh my God. It's not just the fake meat. It's like he has this. He's evil, that dude. And he doesn't think he's evil. He thinks he's saving humanity. Well, as they all do, right?
Right.
But it's come out like, 2.1 million people might be displaced by his plan. Okay.
Right.
Displaced. Where are they going to go? Do you have a plan for that? No, it's
his backyard.
No, not his backyard, but it's also like he has this great plan of saving the planet, but disregarding all the people that will be affected, the actual human beings.
His plan includes
So
fewer
it's not
people.
about human beings, I guess.
No, his plan includes fewer
obviously.
people. Yeah.
Yes, overpopulation. Let's get rid of all the brown people, like in third world countries. Like, how dare they exist? Let's all be Bill Gates and have our. And it also, what he's buying so much land now. Like, what is that about?
He's buying farmland.
What is the plan there? Did Jay drop out?
Yeah, he dropped out.
Like all of a sudden, I'm like, something went wrong. I'm like, oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Thank you, Streamyard.
Yeah, we were talking about Bill Gates buying all the farmland.
Buying all the land.
Eventually, it's going to come down to like a Thunderdome style fight between Gates and Musk. I'm like, let's get it on.
I wonder if he's buying all the farmland.
I know who my money's on.
Elon Musk could kick his scrawny little ass.
He
didn't have Steve Jobs to steal ideas from anymore.
Ooh. I wonder if he's buying the farmland so he can do like Facebook and just tell people to fuck off, like Facebook did to Australia. Right?
Nice segue.
Fuck off. He can do that with his farmland.
I saw that. I don't know what happened there.
He can go, I own all the farmland and you can't grow crops on it. So eat my fake meat.
Okay, but let's go back to the Facebook thing. Why is Facebook not letting Australia see the news?
Australia passed a law that says that Facebook had to share revenue with the news organizations for putting links to their stories on Facebook. And Zuckerberg said,
some money.
Yeah. He said, I ain't sharing my money with you.
No news for you.
And he shut them off.
Right. Whatever.
Thus proving that Facebook.
I'm sure Australia can get their news in another way.
I think that's going to turn out and bite him in the ass because these governments are suddenly going, hey, we can't let that happen.
We have to protect our phony baloney jobs.
Right.
I watch Sky News from Australia. They have a YouTube channel. I don't know if anybody else watches that. But they have this like super conservative dude on Sky News, and it's just so funny to see it coming from another country, you know. And on top of it, they're so much more honest than our news, obviously, because they're talking about a political leader that is their political leader. So what the fuck do they care? They can just say whatever, right? But oh man, they are just tearing Biden apart. I mean,
wow.
They're basically saying like he belongs in a home. Like,
well, he does.
The dude's not okay. He's an old. I know, but they're coming out and saying it. You know.
Well, they
can't say it here. It's against the law.
Yeah.
Biden had a town hall this past week. Did you see it? Did you see any of it?
Nobody saw it.
I had not. I did not even know he was having one.
It was one of those.
Oh yeah, he had a town hall with what's his face.
Oh, is this the one where
Anderson
they
Cooper.
insisted on having the
with the live audience?
The live audience.
Oh well,
dear President Biden, can you tell us what
anyway.
makes you so awesome?
Well, they had to fess up, and I saw the headline. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Rita's talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. But they had to fess up today, CNN, and I think it was a CNN town hall, right? Anderson Cooper, CNN.
Yeah.
They had to fess up today and say, there were like 5 things that Biden wasn't quite accurate about. And I think they worded it where they're like, well, he was statistically inaccurate. No, he just was talking out his ass. He didn't know what he was talking about.
He doesn't lie. He misspeaks repeatedly.
And it's a stutter. It is his stutter. I heard an excuse for him. It's his stutter. No. You don't make complete falsehoods because of a stutter. You know, what? I guess he came out and said that there was no vaccine when he took office.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you were already vaccinated at that point. You already vaccinated. You had both shots by the time you took office. Right. What the fuck are you talking about?
He doesn't remember.
What? Yeah, but you know,
either he doesn't
no.
remember, or hey, I've gotten away with brazen bullshits all along.
Right.
Why not keep it up?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
the thing is, you get it
yeah.
out there, and I guarantee you, there's a sizable chunk of people who are like, "Oh, okay." So there was no vaccine when Biden took office. So
Oh my
everyone that's
God.
been vaccinated is
Oh my
vaccinated
God.
because of Joe Biden. That's what it's for.
Oh. Okay.
Could be.
Well, whoever's feeding Biden, that's what it's for.
Dr. Jill.
Doctor. Now, yeah,
She's feeding him with a spoon.
Salute
The
the Marines.
airplane spoon.
we had that conversation, Brita. Is it Dr. First Lady Biden or First Lady Dr. Biden?
First Lady
say,
Dr. Biden is my guess.
but First Lady Doctor is like Lady Doctor. You know,
I'm
Joe's
sure.
going, "Oh, can I sniff her? I like Lady Doctors.
So gross.
They smell like stethoscope."
Oh. Oh my gosh. One of the things, oh my God. One of the things that he said in the town hall. Everybody knows I like children more than people. Direct quote.
Yeah.
Direct
Wow.
quote.
Yep.
Well,
I bet you do, Joe.
I bet he does too.
We see you.
I bet that's 100% truthful.
That's like that. We've got the
I know.
largest voter
But-
fraud organization ever.
Man. Yeah. Why not? And the whole, like, he was going around the country going, "Oh, you don't need to vote for me."
Yeah.
In retrospect.
Nope.
Yeah.
So
Vote for somebody else. I don't need your vote.
there's a couple of housekeeping things I need to go over. Now that we're
Okay. Yeah.
20, 30 minutes in. First off, our locals page has not advanced at all. I'm very disappointed. We still have 43.
Are you surprised? I'm not surprised.
I need 100 people. If we get 100 people, I can load videos directly to the thing, and I can add Brita and Jay as admins. So
Who cares?
I care because I don't want to do it.
Okay. I don't want to do it. I'm an admin everywhere else. I don't want to do another admin.
I know.
Do it yourself.
I like you doing it that way. Anyway, if you would please go to locals and sign up. It's free. Don't send us money. I don't want money. Locals may ask you to subscribe or pay $2 or something like that. Please don't, because I don't have that account linked to anything to receive money. So I don't know if you actually get charged or not. But if you do, I don't get a penny of it. So you're just giving money to locals, and there's nothing I can do.
Don't give money to Alan. He's got enough money. He's got Bitcoin.
Don't give me money. The other thing is I changed our YouTube page. The page we did have, the channel was linked to my personal Gmail account. And I set it up a long time ago, back before the whole cancellation thing was a problem. And so what's been happening is people, if they say something wrong on a YouTube video, they get their whole YouTube account canceled. Yeah. It happened to you?
No, I'd be the one that says something wrong to get this canceled. So
it could be, but it could be anything. You don't know. The problem is nobody actually sees these videos at YouTube. It's done by like an AI thing, and it listens for words, and it just picks words out. And if you say the right words, it could be completely innocuous, and you get axed, and then you got to go beg to get it back. And I don't use that Gmail account for much, but I still use it, and I don't want to lose it. So what I did was create an entirely new standalone YouTube channel just for the Score Report, and I moved all the videos over to that. So I'm going to be deleting the old one, and we'll put the link to the new one in the Facebook group and all the usual places. So if you I think we had 50 people follow us. We had more people subscribe on YouTube than we have on locals. So we have 50 people subscribe on YouTube. And I'm sorry, but if all 50 of you people would go and subscribe to the new channel, we would appreciate it.
What is
And
the new channel?
It's I'll put a link in the thing. It's the same. It looks exactly the same as the old one.
Okay.
It's a random gobbledygook. It's youtube.com/xyz23/27 question mark blah blah blah. I mean, it's not a, they don't let you get like a real name until you're like, big time or something.
Oh,
so, but
okay.
I'll put
Alan,
the
we're
link.
gonna have to see a lot
Sqrpt
more.
channel, though.
Yes.
The Sqrpt channel does have a name, though, right?
Yeah, Score Report.
I know.
Score.
Yes.
If you search YouTube, if you search YouTube for Sqrpt, that's it. We're
Okay.
the only
because
SQRPT.
the old one was the Score Report, right?
Right.
So search for Sqrpt. That's where I was going with this.
Okay. Yeah, you have to be explicit with me.
Okay.
Are we not doing phrasing anymore?
Oh, and my shirt today is Zorg Industries.
Oh,
Zorg Industry shirt of the day.
That's right.
yeah. Yes.
Is that from Fifth Element?
It is. Fifth Element.
Yay!
Don't touch the red button.
One of my favorite movies.
Lilo Dallas.
I love that movie.
Yep.
Zorg.
Anyway.
So, Alan, are you a meat popsicle?
I am not a meat popsicle. Actually, I could be. It's cold enough.
I was going to say, the way your weather's been.
I know.
You know what's funny? And I mean, let me just take a minute and express my. And this happens every time, and I'm always amazed that people are incapable of thinking, like 2 days ahead of their lives. I don't consider myself a prepper of any kind, but I do have some freeze-dry food in the pantry. I've got some cases of water in the garage. I've got a generator. And I consider that just like standard,
adulting.
Yeah. I mean, shit happens. And, it doesn't, when it's hurricane season, I change out the gasoline for the generator, and, I put the old gas in my truck. I put new gas in the cans, and, I check my water supply. I mean, you don't know. And, when if there's a hurricane headed this way, cause we get hurricanes occasionally, I go to the store, I get a little extra food. When they said this ice thing was coming, I went to the store the weekend before and I got a little extra food. I filled up a couple of trash cans full of water, so I'd have water to flush the toilet with if the water went away. And I'm not, it doesn't. And then I'm reading about like people that are like, totally unprepared. My neighbor doesn't even know where his water shut off to his house is. What are you going to do? A lot of hope. Fortunately, his pipes didn't freeze, but dang, I see pictures. There's pictures coming out now of people's houses with like ice growing from the ceiling, and it's crazy.
I've seen ceiling fans with icicles.
Right.
Wow. Yeah. The toilet that was all frozen with icicles hanging down. Crazy.
Right. People's cars are encased in ice because they parked them in a garage underneath water pipes. I mean, it's,
wow.
State Farm is going to have their hands full. That's all we're saying.
I'm getting emails from my insurance company going, here's where you go to file a claim. I'm like, why? Nothing happened.
Yeah.
And if something had, you
might need to buy a new garden hose.
Well,
You might need to buy a new garden hose.
Yeah, it'll
What did
loosen
Alan
up.
do?
I saw the
Garden
pictures.
hose.
He's got a big old icicle hanging out of his garden hose. So you
That was
might need
pretty
to buy a
funny.
new one of those.
You know, in all seriousness, what you do have to be concerned about is your valve,
What valve?
the spigot coming out of the
Yeah,
to the
Mhm.
garden hose, because if that freezes, that valve can break and it's going to leak.
Yeah,
It's
it's not
like a
connected.
$5 part. And pretty much any plumbing supply house
It's
will
not.
have it.
It's not connected, and it's got a sock over it, an insulated boot. So
He wrapped his pipes.
I do. I wrap my
In a
pipes.
boot.
Yep.
You gave your pipes
It's,
the boot.
No, it's a little insulated sack thing that goes over the top of the
Well,
spigot.
Alan, you may have taken care of it, but there may be listeners who did. Who
Oh
haven't
yeah,
thought
yeah,
of that.
yeah.
And
Oh, of course. I'm
having
sure
had
Too
a
late.
valve or two freeze in my time,
yeah, I'm sure they
Yeah.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's a piece of metal and it's out in the cold, and if it's
Yep.
your
And if you
inside
don't-
pipes, you can let them trickle so the water flows through and it doesn't freeze. But the outside pipes, you're shit out of luck sometimes. One of the people I'm Facebook friends with, their pipes, their water shut down. And this enterprising individual rigged up a hose fitting with an air compressor thing on one end and went to the
saw that.
far end of his house to blow the water out of his pipe so it didn't freeze, because he had no pressure. He couldn't run the water, so it was just sitting there. He would freeze. So he
Just blow it
used
out.
his compressed air to blow
Very clever.
the pipes out. I wouldn't have honestly, I wouldn't have thought of that.
Super
But
clever.
now
I'll
I
bet
know.
he has or knows someone that has an RV,
Probably.
because that's a common trick. It's a common
Yep.
trick to winterize.
When
an
you're
RV.
winterizing
You
it,
just-
blow it out. Yeah.
Yep. You blow it out, and then the small amount of water you
Huh.
can't get, it doesn't matter. It does.
Yeah.
There's not enough water to burst anything if it does
Right.
freeze.
It just expands, and
Right. And so we
Hmm.
belt and suspenders and would put antifreeze through the pipes in our RV, but that's really not feasible for a house. There's a lot more pipe in a house than in an RV.
right. I thought that was pretty smart though.
That's brilliant.
That's pretty smart.
That's thinking ahead.
It's big brain, as the kids say.
Yeah.
Big brain.
But like the entire city of Houston's on boil water notice because there's so many of their plants lost.
Yes, and they're telling
pressure.
people how to do it.
I know, it's so funny. And
How to
and
boil
people,
water?
yeah, and you know what people are saying?
What?
People are saying I don't have power and I don't have gas and I can't boil anything.
Well,
Boil
yeah.
your
Hose,
water.
boil your water with what?
I don't know.
Oh,
But the
God.
beach, it even snowed on Galveston Island. There's pictures of the beaches covered in snow. That's like never happened ever. Crazy.
That's
global
pretty
warming.
cool, actually.
Yeah.
See, Al
Although-
Gore was right.
Turtles.
I know. The great turtle lift of 2021.
Amazing. Like, I don't know if anybody knows, but they've been rescuing turtles off of, south coast of Texas, I guess, right?
Yep.
And like thousands and thousands of turtles. And what happens to turtles, when they get a cold shock, and they're reptiles, and when reptiles get really cold, they slow down and their metabolism slows down and they stop. And the dangerous thing for sea turtles is that they could be in the water when that happens. And if
Right.
that happens when they're in the water, they are in danger of drowning. So everybody has been like out collecting up sea turtles, and they have them all in like this giant warehouse.
Yep.
What was it, a convention center or a warehouse or something?
The South Padre Island Convention Center opened up for.
Oh my
the sea
God.
turtles. SpaceX brought up a
Amazing.
generator big enough to power the whole place and give it, heat and hot water.
Yeah.
And they've got like over 4,000
yeah.
turtles hanging out in the convention center, staying warm.
Oh, somebody's got to hang a sign. Crazy Vela Clubs, World of Turtles.
And people are driving up and down the beaches and stuff, and going out in boats or out along the water.
Yeah, just putting the turtles in their trucks. Yeah.
Loading
It's
up
like a van full of turtles.
There's people with like a station wagon. There's just piles of turtles inside it, and they're just collecting them and driving them back to the convention center.
Someday they're going to put that car. They're going to put that car on Carvana, and somebody's going to buy it. They're going to be like, it's got an interesting smell.
What
I
is
can't
it?
quite place it.
Smell.
You're like, it's turtles.
Turtles all the way down.
Turtles all the way down.
That's right.
That's right. I just think
My car smells
it's
like
really
turtle.
cool to see people trying to save them.
Yeah.
It is cool. And you sent me the link to their Facebook, or not their Amazon wish list. And
yeah.
Turtle blankets.
no, it's like their wish list, and
Turtle everything.
people had bought like all the stuff. And it's like, and there's stuff like needs 2 has 6.
all.
Needs 4 has 17. I mean, people are just it's really cool. People are
They're
like
stocked up for a while. That's good.
Yeah.
So what's the cause of the groundswell of support for turtles? Is it Franklin?
Cool.
Is it Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I'm trying to figure it out.
Turtles are great.
Turtles are just
People
cool.
love turtles.
But they're the bad guys in Super Mario Brothers.
Are they?
The little guys that try to get Mario and Luigi. These are my
so
people,
sad.
Brita. They attack my people.
You're just gonna have to live with it.
I gotta jump over
Oh.
them. Mario, take it easy.
It's
Speaking of
this whole
Mario,
winter thing is really in what?
No, go ahead. You're saying winter.
Are you? I was just saying, like, it's really interesting to see how everybody around the country deals with winter. For us, it's like, whatever. But I mean, I see things on Facebook where people are like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. But
You were
people are
shocked
out
because you had
cleaning their
6 inches of
driveways.
snow and the library closed.
Well, there's that. I'll get into that. But I see people on Facebook, they're out there cleaning off their driveway with a broom because they have like a dusting of snow. And I'm like, what? Like, why bother? You don't have to do that. You can drive on that. I promise you. Like, if I should post a picture of my driveway right now. Like, it has been snowing all day, and off and on, and Mike shoveled 2 days ago, I think. And I mean, he shoveled, but like he was shoveling the snow off of like already a layer of ice. I mean, Jay, you know how it is, right? It's just, you get to February and you're just like, fuck it. Yeah, I could drive on this. Who cares? So I went out today and I wanted to go to the grocery store. And I said to Mike, I was like, it's been snowing all day and there's snow out there. And he's like, well, how much snow is out there? And I was like, I don't know, maybe an inch. And he's like, and that's on top of everything else that's still in the driveway, that hasn't been cleared off in weeks, because you can drive on that. Who the fuck cares? It'll melt eventually.
All our snow melted.
I know there's snow melted, and it's like, whatever.
I don't think anybody, I know you might be able to find somebody with a snow shovel up in the Panhandle, because that's practically Colorado anyway. But outside of that, I doubt anybody in Texas has a snow shovel. They definitely don't have a snow blower. I don't know if there are any snow plows anywhere. No. So
what did you learn today, Alan?
Rita, I have to know.
What
did I learn?
What did you learn today, Alan, about the sidewalks?
Oh, you were telling me about they clear the sidewalks. And I was marveling that they actually have a thing that is an actual snow plow for the sidewalks. And the city comes along and does the sidewalk.
Now, is it a
Jay knows.
plow or a snowblower? Yeah. Oh, yeah. We not here, but where I lived up in Mass.
No, it's like it's a little plow.
Yeah, it's sidewalk
little
sized.
plow. Yeah.
And it's, it's self-propelled. And they get some guy, it's like a little
Mhm.
enclosed cab. He just he drives all over the sidewalk.
Exactly. It's got like a little V-shaped thing, and he goes along the sidewalk.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I would like to see that.
Jay had,
Now, Rita,
Alan had no idea
I have
that it
to
even
know.
existed. Yeah.
I
Yes.
have to know. Do you do donuts in your car?
I do not.
Oh, does Mike?
I could, but I do not. He better not. I don't know.
I got busted by my kids.
I'm sure he has.
'Cause
I'm
we were
sure he
down
has
at
in the past.
local supermarket, and there was nobody. So I flipped the four-wheel, click, turn the four-wheel drive off, and woo! The kids are all like, woo, woo, woo! We get
Oh
home,
my
they're
God.
like, Mom, Dad was doing donuts. She's like, he did? I was like, there was no
You did what?
there. They loved it. They thought it
How
was
old are you,
the
Jay?
most fun ever. I was
How
in
old are
my
you?
40s at the time.
It's not an
I'm
age
old
thing.
enough to do
It's a guy
donuts.
thing.
Oh,
There's
you're never
80-year-old
too
men
old to
out there doing donuts. Come on.
guarantee.
Yeah.
Guarantee. A little stomp on the gas and he's woo-wee.
Speaking of 80-something-year-old men, did you
That's
read
right.
that story today?
What about President Biden?
Well, no.
The
not him.
82-year-old vet. Yes.
That's an awesome
Oh my
story.
gosh! Wow.
Don't fuck with the old
Wow.
men.
Don't fuck with Grandpa when he's been drinking. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just the story is that some guy came to this elderly couple's house and tried to push his way into their house with a knife, and this 82-year-old vet, I think he was a Vietnam Army vet.
Yeah, Vietnam, yeah.
He took the shotgun off the wall and killed the dude with the shotgun, but not by shooting him, by beating his face to death.
Nice.
What? Like, wow. Okay.
Broke into the wrong rec room, didn't they?
I will say, yeah. Wow.
That's a great
nobody
story.
bothers that guy again.
You know why he beat him to death with the shotgun instead of shooting him?
Ammo's so damn expensive.
Yeah. Ammo's too expensive.
Yeah.
Probably save $5 in ammo.
That's right.
Holy moly.
I love that story. I just do. It's a fantastic story.
Yeah, I do too. I feel bad for I feel bad for the couple. It's so terrible to have to go through.
Yeah.
But
there's got to be a lot of dry cleaning.
good for that guy.
If they have to go through something like that, this is the best possible outcome.
Yeah.
That guy's
absolutely
never going to buy another beer again.
And the criminal's never coming back. So
But you have
so
to
what
think
if
he's a Vietnam vet, right?
Okay.
So he has already, and he's 82 years old. So he's already survived.
Yeah. He gives no
Vietnam.
fucks at all.
I was just going to say.
And then the rest of his life, he has survived. So yeah, dude, no fucks.
Send more. Kill them too.
Yeah.
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 But if he let the guy
hash marks on his wall.
If he'd have just knocked the guy out and let him live and wait for the cops to come, the guy might have gone to jail, might not have gone to jail. They would have let him out and he would have come back.
Yeah.
So
it still counts as a defensive
or
gun
gone to
use,
somebody
though,
else's
right?
house.
It does count as a defensive gun use. That's right.
It does. Technically.
Oh yeah. It's a gun.
Mm-hmm.
What's the muzzle velocity of a shotgun shoved into your face?
Wow.
That's determination right there. That's like, oh no, you didn't, you son of a bitch. Wham.
Yeah. The guy said, yeah, he just kept hitting him in the face. And I guess the intruder died in the hospital of his injuries.
Good. Excellent. That's even better because he didn't die in the house. He died in the hospital. So it's less messy. I like that.
Well, bludgeoning somebody to death is going to be messy either way.
I was going to say,
it's
probably.
I've seen a lot of crime videos.
I hope he has tile floors. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Right. It was
You
not
know,
perfect.
if they're smart, some local carpet company will come out and voluntarily give your free carpet. Just to, I would.
Free carpet cleaning. Maybe get one of the what the hell, the Dyson vacuum cleaners.
Absolutely.
Maybe a steam cleaner.
Yep.
Fresh coat of paint on the walls. Just saying.
Why not?
Yes, definitely.
But yeah.
Primer covers
the neighborhood
everything.
kids are going to bother him. I'm just saying, that's the kind of thing that goes through the neighborhood. You heard? Did you hear about Mr. Perkins? Yeah. Don't go on his lawn. Just saying, don't go on his lawn. Frisbee, leave it. Baseball, leave it. Dog, leave him. Just.
Yeah, I mean, I hear it so often about elderly couples dealing with that sort of thing because the elderly and the disabled and are victimized, and I just hate hearing about people going out like that, after living their whole lives and living a good life, and then that, and I'm so glad it ended differently for them. Oh no. So anyway, I have a show.
That's how I want to go out.
Oh, show and tell.
Am I the only one who does show and tell?
No.
Jay, do you have a show and tell?
You're just the only one that does it now.
I do have a show and tell, but it's kind of
excellent.
It's
the only one who does her homework.
It's very me.
Who wants to go first?
Go. You do yours first.
Jay will go first.
Okay, I will do mine. This is my favorite light from hell. This is a Surefire Stiletto Pro. It is 1,000 lumens.
Are you gonna blind?
Yeah,
1,
pretty much. You get 1,000,
wow.
And you know what the best part of all?
That's tiny for 1,000.
Yes, it's USB rechargeable.
Ooh, that's
which is
cool.
Awesome.
Ooh, cool.
Because this is a growing trend is for even the high lumen flashlights to be USB rechargeable, and it is brilliant. To quote Jeremy Clarkson, brilliant. Because I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I've got about 7,000 or 8,000 USB cables kicking around the house. I've got them in my car. I've got them in my office.
Yes.
Yep.
They're in my house, and if it needs to be charged, you just plug it in, and there's a plug everywhere. And it for what you use a flashlight for, it holds a charge like a stupidly long time. And when it starts getting low, it's got a little. Where the heck is it? Oh, it's got a little. Here you can see there's a little green light.
A little LED.
Yep, there's a little green light, and when it goes yellow, you're down to like 80%. I used to know exactly, but it goes to yellow and then it goes to red, and you got to recharge it. But when you turn it on and that light's yellow, plug it in.
Cool.
And it's super handy. This is the Pro. It's an aluminum body. The regular one's polymer body, but it's hand sized. It's not too big. It's slim. It fits in a pocket, and it's just neat.
I need one of those.
It's super dorky, but awesome. And I've had this for a while now.
Hey, Jay.
Yes.
Can you give us the link, and we'll post it on the page?
Sure. I can. Send
what do you call it? A Surefire?
Surefire Stiletto Pro.
Themselves one.
They're a bit on the pricey side. I want to say they're like $150 or so in that range. But it's like buy one
$200 on Amazon.
Almost certainly less if you go to like Optics Planet.
Well, yeah.
But I'll get a link. I'll do the actual product link, and then we'll find one on Amazon or Optics Planet or something. So, but I think it's worth it because it's well built, and I mean I've dropped this like a zillion times. And the one thing you do have to worry about,
and you don't need batteries.
Exactly. This part right here gets hot. If you have it on high for any length of time, it gets toasty, which is kind of neat around the campfire. If your hands are cold, you just leave the light on for a bit and do this. You're like, it's a hand warmer.
206 on Optics Planet.
Oh, okay, all right.
So they gotta catch them on sale. The plastic version is $99.
Yeah, that's what it was. The regular stiletto, which
Yeah.
is almost as nice. I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with the standard stiletto. I think it's 600 lumens instead of 1,000. But
I have a couple of those little sidekicks.
Oh, no.
Those are cool.
this sidekick is on my keychain. It just
Yeah.
it just lives there, and that's
I keep one in each of my vehicles.
that one. I mean, I think I've seen them as low as like $29, and
Yeah,
that's
20, 25, something
that's
like that.
just
yeah.
stupidly cheap. For
And
what
they
you
also
get.
recharge with USB.
Yep. And you just
I think
you
that's a
just
cool
plug it
feature.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really smart. It really is. And
I have
and
a few that do that. They're pretty great.
yeah, some of them it's like a rechargeable battery, but you still got to take it apart and then open the battery up and find where you plug it in.
Right.
This is just like it's right here.
That's cool.
You just plug it in and you're good to go. So that's my little geeky dork flashlight nerd thing.
Nice.
All the lumens. So what did you have, Rita?
I have a knife.
Whoops. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh, we got to switch back.
I'm trying to. There. Tell
I'm messing
Tell
up.
us.
See, everything is okay.
That's fine.
I have a knife. However, it is not a pocket knife. And I thought, since sometimes we talk about cooking, I wanted to also talk about some of my favorite knives in the kitchen.
Excellent.
Shit. Oops. Sorry. Yes, I dropped everything. So one of my favorite knives in the kitchen, I don't use it like every day, but when I have a specific task, it is the best knife for this task. And
Ooh.
this knife is called an ulu, and it is
yes.
an Alaskan Inuit knife, and I had to look it up. And it is in Inuit, it's technically called a woman's knife, and it's a knife women use, in their kitchens to do lots of different tasks. And I've used it. It's for chopping, like you chop kind of like this motion, or just chop. And it only has a sharpened edge on one side, as you can see.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. And I don't know why that is. I'm not an expert, but it is a really, really great knife for chopping. I've used it to chop nuts, chop herbs, whatever you want to chop. And it's not like a super precise,
right.
julienne chop of anything. If you let's say if you have a big chunk of meat, which is, I think, primarily like what the Inuit use it for, when they're doing big pieces of meat and stuff. But it's great for chopping up big chunks of meat and nuts and stuff like that.
Cool.
One of the things, it comes with this handy little stand where you can keep it. And
nice.
But one of the things that I got the knife, and I'd had it for years, but I specifically asked for an ulu bowl, and it's a bowl that fits perfectly. So you put your, whatever, and you chop like so, and it's amazing. It's so good, but it's also referred to sometimes like, you can buy a knife. It's called a mezzaluna, which is a half moon in Italian. And it's the same concept. You get the round bowl and you get that shape of knife. I think a mezzaluna kind of is a two-handed knife where it has two handles and you rock it back and forth, where this is just a single.
Right.
But it is a great knife. Highly recommend.
Neat.
Sometimes you'll see the larger ones for pizza, like especially like a Greek pizza.
Exactly.
They'll have just like
The
this
big-
really
yeah,
big
yeah,
one.
the
Just
big-
chunk, chunk,
Yeah.
chunk.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Same concept.
Excellent.
I had this on my Amazon wish list, and I got it for like Christmas one year. So they're not super expensive. I think they're like Alaskan ulu something like that. But I recommend.
Cool.
Good kitchen knife.
Every time you pick it up, I expect to hear the Star Trek fight music. You know, dun, 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 dun.
It does. It does look like
what is
some
the name of
weird
the
alien
Klingon knife?
weapon.
The Batleth.
Yeah,
Batleth.
it's like a mini version.
Is that what it's called?
Jay would know.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Sorry, you're
Jay?
lagging.
The Klingon
The
There you
Lirpa.
are.
battle weapon.
Oh,
What's the battle? The Klingon knife.
the Batleth.
Left.
Ah, shit!
Which
I was
I have.
right. I'm such a nerd. I'm sorry.
Because of course I
such a nerd. I knew that.
Which the dagger
I knew
with
it
the
too.
little hilt things is a daktag. And only a patak would. I gotta.
I do not have one of
I'm
those.
Did you study Klingon,
Too.
Jay? Jay studied Klingon.
I'll have to bring. I'll have to have my Klingon weaponry for next week's show and tell.
Yes, you will. I don't have a show and tell really. I got.
Well, one of our viewers asked for knife of the week, and I definitely have a lot of knives. So.
Oh, knife of the week. You know what? I could do knife of the week. I have some knives.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what?
Yeah, you do. I have
I'll
knives.
do this.
This is not a knife show.
That is a Benchmade.
Benchmade.
That is a Benchmade. I forget the number, but it's the automatic.
Ooh, was it automatic or is it assisted opening?
Oh, it's automatic. It's an Axis lock automatic, and S30V blade, drop point, which I like, and aluminum scales, pocket clip. I love the Axis lock.
Yeah, that's one of my very
Benchmade.
favorite.
Yeah, Brita has Benchmade.
Yeah.
Nice.
I came down here to set up for the show, and this is Mike's desk, and I was like, "What's this?" And I moved it out of the way, and he's like, "Oh, I bought this knife," and I was like, "It's a Benchmade."
Yeah.
So I guess it's like a
You can
belt.
The
you can tell because of
similar to the K-bar.
the little Benchmade butterfly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got this. I got this a couple of years ago after the state of Texas made them legal again.
Yeah.
So, and Ohio just made them legal. You can carry a switchblade in Ohio now.
Yay.
I don't think you can carry
That's
them in
good.
Virginia.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I still need a sword. I don't have a sword.
Oh, Alan.
Because you can carry a sword now.
I have a couple.
I do have a Bowie knife though. So,
I'm trying to picture you like going to HEB with a sword.
totally legal.
Never run out of bullets.
That's right.
Totally legal.
You know what? Times like this, you might need a sword at HEB.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just remember, Alan, you must refer to every female as milady if you carry a
That's right.
sword. I'm just saying.
Well, not everyone.
Ideally, wear your fedora.
Oh
too.
God. So I think
I'll have more
we're at
knives
the
for
end.
next week's show and tell.
Yeah, we should do a
Okay.
knife thing.
I mean, it's not a knife show, but you know.
I know, but between the three of us, we could probably do a knife a week for years.
Knife of the week every week for a year, probably at least.
Yeah.
I could do it well into my grandchildren's years, Alan.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I got a box. I got a tub full of them in the closet. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, I've got a box full.
Knives are just
I've
a
got a
fun thing
drawer
to
full.
collect, you know.
They are, and
They're just
damn
fun.
useful.
Yes.
You know what? On a day-to-day
useful.
basis,
And
They're also
sharp,
like
wicked sharp.
on a day-to-day basis, I get more use out of my pocket knife than I do out of the gun I carry.
Well, that's true.
So. Do you see the story about the guy that killed the rabid coyote with his pocket knife? He had it was a bench.
No.
There was a story. It was a couple of weeks ago. There was a guy, I forget where it was, but there was a guy out in the woods, and there was a rabid coyote, and he had a bench. It was a Benchmade assisted opener. That was his knife, and the coyote didn't run away, and he knew there was something wrong with it, and it attacked him, and it bit him, and he had his pocket knife, and he killed the coyote with his pocket knife, and it was a good thing because they took the thing in.
Yeah,
it had rabies, and he had to get the rabies shot. But good thing he had the pocket knife because, shit. How do you defend yourself against a rabid coyote with hands and feet? And
imagining pepper spray probably wouldn't work all that well if it's rabid. It might just make it angry.
If I'm telling you, if a coyote doesn't run away from a human, there's something wrong with that coyote.
Yeah.
I've seen lots of coyotes, and they all run away. They're too smart to mess with people.
Yeah, and they're
not like
bobcats. As a rule.
Bobcats will stalk you and jump at you. They don't care.
Well, they're cats. You said that at cat, Alan. they're big enough to hurt.
Yeah. I always laugh at those people in California that go hiking in the canyons alone, and they wind up getting mauled by a mountain lion or something. Like, what did you expect?
It's a cat. Yeah.
You're like a giant human burrito. Yeah.
Yeah. You're a supper. I guarantee you, if my cats were 100, 200 pounds bigger, I'd be supper.
Especially if you didn't feed them well or do whatever they say.
Yep.
Yeah, you've almost got enough they overpower you, Alan. I'm just saying.
Well,
if he dies, he dies.
Whatever.
Yes, I'm quoting Rocky IV.
They can eat me when I'm dead. So the latest, have you heard the latest rumor about who's going to run for president?
No.
The Rock.
Trump Jr., I heard. Oh, please. Give me a break.
He said he would do it if the people asked for it.
Give me a break.
The who?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I missed it.
The Rock.
Dwayne Johnson.
The Rock.
Give me a break. Did he graduate high school? Even?
Maybe.
Has he read a book?
He's one step closer to President Camacho.
I don't know. He's a pretty smart guy. He's certainly, successful.
He's not that smart.
Smart enough to make a lot of money.
He's good looking.
It goes a long way.
Nope.
You'd have to grow his hair back, though.
Okay.
He's not senile.
No, he's not senile. Oh my God. Yeah, he is one step closer to Camacho.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He was a wrestler. We had Trump who was involved in wrestling. Why not get a regular wrestler?
At this point, who cares? Really? I mean, we have Biden whatever.
Yeah.
It's all a figure, just a figurehead.
Kamala is making the phone calls for Biden now. Did you do that this week?
Yep.
Yeah. She's stepping into the role.
They're not going to give Joe the phone. Come on. He'd be like on the phone to what's his name, Yi Ping in China, going, "Oh, I'd like a number 47."
They probably tried it a couple of times and said, "This isn't going to work. It's not going to work."
Yeah,
you can't.
Well, he's probably got that dementia thing, that the sundowner thing, where when it starts getting dark and it's late and they get tired.
He goes to bed early.
Well, they said in the news this week that he goes to bed early.
Mm-hmm. He calls a lid.
Yeah.
Remember, that's calls a lid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, most popular president ever.
Yeah. Okay.
And I bet he can be buried in Arlington.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
That's a pretty shitty bill. I think that's a.
I
Talk about a sore winner, man. That's just.
What bill is that, Alan?
Somebody introduced a bill that would make it illegal.
We talk about things we don't talk about what we're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
So
somebody introduced a bill a Democrat, I forget who it was, introduced a bill that would make it illegal to bury someone in Arlington Cemetery if they've been impeached twice.
Whatever.
It didn't say Trump.
Yeah.
But,
right. However,
it's going to be one of those,
acquitted
we'll always
twice.
be in power forever.
They, that's the thing, Jay. It's
twice.
like, yeah, they keep
Twice
Democrats
acquitted.
are completely, Democrats are completely incapable of thinking past the first thing. They don't understand. They are totally incapable of thinking, second, third order effects of whatever they want. It's like, they didn't even stop and think, especially, and you think they would, especially after the Harry Reid nuclear option bit them in the ass over the Supreme Court and all those judges and everything. You'd think they'd realize that, whatever they do is going to come around and bite them in the ass. And they just don't.
Is it though?
It always does.
They just proved that they'll never lose
does.
an election again.
Why? No. Wait. Why would it in this case?
I don't know, but it always does.
Are you implying that they will at some point be voted out?
Yeah. I think they will.
Really? At this point? Oh,
I think so.
Oh, bless your heart.
Oh,
According to the last election, our votes mean nothing now. So
yeah, but they've cheated. There's been presidents elected by cheating before. It's not the first time it's happened. It won't be the last time. I don't. This is not every.
Okay.
The Democrats, remember when Obama was in office and the Democrats thought they'd be in power forever, and then what happened? I mean,
Trump, and then now this is never going to happen again. It's never going to happen again.
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's people say the same thing about the stock market.
I hope I'm wrong.
Oh, the stock market will never go down again. Yeah, right.
Gas will never go under $2 a gallon again. And then Trump came in and made us energy independent, and then Biden came and fucked it all back up.
Right.
Right.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can count on that in politics. I mean, sure, they did it this time. They may do it again. They may do it again, but eventually, it's just what happens.
Okay.
We might not be alive to see it, but
yeah, I was gonna say
there you go.
It may require some additional help, Alan, but
it'll happen. They've been doing a lot of polling on that whole third party thing, and it was like 60 to 70% of Republicans say they'd join a third party to get away from the establishment Republicans,
and they'll lose.
And a lot of Democrats do it. A lot of Democrats would do it too because they're fed up with their own.
And they'll lose.
We'll see. I don't. Nothing is forever in politics.
I'll disagree. The Republicans being spineless fucking dish rags is forever.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny. It's been, Lincoln was the first big Republican, right? Fought the war, freed the slaves, and then it was downhill ever since. Republicans just
seven. What?
7?
The fuck? How the fuck can you lend legitimacy to that fucking clown show? That was an absolutely horrific orgy display of power. We are doing this solely because we can. fuck
Yep.
you. And those 7 fucking Quislings went along with it.
It would have been more. It would have been more.
And I have no use for the Republican Party.
It
To
would have been
allow
more.
those guys.
people like that.
It would have been more if the Trump lawyers hadn't been so good. If the Democrats had put on a better case and gave them more cover, then it would have been more Republicans, because the Republican establishment hates Trump. They don't. McConnell, you saw how McConnell badmouthed him after. They don't want. He upset their apple cart, and they don't want him to ever do it again.
Yep.
But guess
that's
what?
Exactly.
I think
He's going to do it again.
I think that we're still talking about Democrats and Republicans, and I think the game has changed. I don't think those are the players anymore.
No, I agree.
And I think the Democrat Republican wrangling in Congress, blah blah blah, Washington D.C., blah blah. It's a distraction from what's really happening. They are not the players anymore. It's us versus them. It's us versus communism. It's us versus the system. You know, and to keep talking about like conservative, liberal, blah blah. It's the people the old divide and conquer, right? It's but it's the old divide and conquer, right? It's like we got to keep them pitted against each other and fighting it out while we take all the power and take all their liberty away. And
that's
all,
exactly what it is.
all this behind the scenes shit that and people keep talking as if it's like the same game, and it's not anymore. I mean, there has been a distinct shift. I mean, everybody keeps pretending it's the same thing as we've always had, and it's not.
Nope.
It's just not. I mean, there's troops in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is surrounded by razor wire and fences.
Yep.
And we have a president who is not really a president. The game has changed. And for us to keep talking about like Democrats and Republicans and this bill and that bill and whatever the fuck, like, it doesn't matter anymore. It's a distraction. And on that note, we're out of time.
Yes, we are.
We're over again.
Yeah, we are over.
We keep giving people extra.
Yeah, we got to stop doing that.
No, until we get 100 on local.
Get what you pay for, people.
That's right. We're going to be 59 fucking minutes unless we get 100 people signed up on local.
59, damn it. No hour for you.
That's it. Click.
All right. Well, it's been a show.
Yay.
Yeah, it has.
And we'll be back.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Good night. Sign up on locals.